Okay, my phone keeps dying. This is the third time that I've recorded the video or the opening part. I'll go through it again, what I'm doing today. There's multiple things that I want to do today for the video. The first is this. This is the 95 Dodge 1500 four-wheel drive regular cab long box. My mom got it for this winter. I found it for her. I need to fix it so it's got brakes, taillights, and an exhaust, because the previous guy was a scrapper, so obviously the converter's gone. It's got two bad brake lines and it needs taillights. So for $500, it ran and drove up on the trailer. I'm gonna get this going for winter. We don't have a title, but we should be able to get a bonded title, is kind of what I'm hoping for. And in the process of all this pissing around and my phone dying, got the line off, bad brake line. The guy said it was the rubber line that was there, but the rubber line's fine. So I spent $40 on a rubber line for no reason. Surprise, surprise. So, for whatever reason, I decided I was going to buy some brake line while I was there, because it seems like whenever I replace the rubber lines, I end up breaking the metal line anyway. But holy crap, Dodge couldn't figure out a better way to clusterfuck the brake lines over underneath there. They're like running in all different directions, over and around shit. And on my Fords, it's pretty simple. It goes from one side, it goes to the other. And it's not much for bends. This is goes up and over, down, under, far left, right, north, south. Cattywampus shit. So, I don't know how many of you actually want to how to do a brake line video, because that's kind of common sense if you work on your own stuff. And I don't really have the time today to do a how to. It's more or less what I'm just going to do and what I am doing. Sawyer's taking a nap right now and she's making pickled eggs, so I have some free time to try and get this done. And then if you see to my left, there is a 99 Blazer. I have to do the oil pressure sensor, and it's behind the distributor, so I gotta pull the distributor out, put that sensor in, put different oil in it, hope the little bit of a knock that's there goes away, and then that'll be done. Because the Dodge is, not this Dodge, our like daily Dodge that we use all the time, is giving us problem after problem after problem, because the one time that I take my shit to a shop, or our shit to a shop, we end up with a CV joint, this whole CV axle going out 3 months after we get it done. We did the driver's side ourselves because we had the time. We didn't have the time, however, on the passenger side because it was winter, and it keeps popping out now, and I don't know, I guess they just decided they were going to screw me out of $600. So I've always been against taking shit to shops. If you can fix it yourself or figure out how to do it, as long as you have patience and willingness to learn, you're fine. So, screw the shop. That has to get done. This has to get done, and that Blazer has to get done, because we also have to do the exhaust manifolds on that. We're just going to put headers on it. They cracked, and, well, they're just junk. So, that Dodge isn't a thing we're going to do today. I'm going to try to do these two. The Ranger, maybe we'll do something with the tow truck. Hell, maybe we'll get the big black truck going today. Stick around and find out so we can, I don't know, piss around, I guess. I'm going to bend this brake line real quick, see if I got the right one, and I'll be right back. Alright, brake line is in. I don't know why, but it took two 40-inch pieces, and I didn't run it exactly the way it was in there. I obviously made sure there was some bends and all of that other fun shit, so it builds pressure. I don't know about you guys, and I'm not much for doing reviews, so maybe I'll just keep my opinion to myself, but I got one of those, like, supposed to help you bleed kits. I don't know if I'm just too stupid to figure out how it really works, and I don't know if it did a good job or not. We'll find out when I throw a battery in there. and see if it stops, I guess. So now, I know I didn't record much of that, but there wasn't a whole lot you were going to see with me in the way most of the time underneath there. So I'm going to turn our attention to the Blazer. We have to do the oil pressure sensor, and that entails taking the distributor out, taking the wires off, taking the distributor out, cap, rotor, all that other fun junk, and it's supposed to be right down on the bottom. I already got the new one. That's what it looks like in the back by the firewall, by the distributor. There is a special socket you're supposed to get. This is just, I don't know, it just says 1 1/16, so I don't know if you can just use a regular socket. This is whatever the guy got when I bought the vehicle here. But it slides over the whole thing. Doesn't mess anything up, any of the clips. So we're gonna try to change that. I watched a video of somebody else doing it. I'm not putting the vehicle at top dead center and all this other crap that he did. He said he did it at top dead center to make sure it ran correctly yet. It still runs. I can start it right now. It's got a knock because it's got no oil in it, or the person before us drove it without oil or low oil. I'm not. What the hell is that? I'm not going through the pain to make sure it's at top dead center to take the distributor cap off and take the rotor and shit out. It'll be just fine the way it is. I got a marker. I'll mark it when I pull it out, and then when it twists, I'll mark where it stops so I know where to set it and where it's supposed to turn into and look when it's done. It's simple. And to start with, taking disconnecting the battery. Probably don't have to, but I'm going to, just because I don't have the right tools here. They're all in the truck that we're sitting here, but I should be able to just get them off with this. Is that what that squealing was? Well, yeah, but it sounded really loud. I thought it was Sawyer yelling. That's the driver. Are you redoing the one load? I took the stuff that was out of the washer. Oh, I guess let it finish that. If it starts to smell funny, I probably wouldn't do it no more. I'm supposed to listen to this the whole hour? I see a little kitty. Hey, that's one of the... Hey, little guy, what are you doing over here? What are you doing over here? Hi. It's a little poofy. A little poofy. Where are you guys? I don't even know where he came from. Do any of them look like their friends over there? No? There's a whole other one. That one is? Which one? Oh, that's a little calico. What is a little calico? Sorry about that. Now I don't know where I put my pliers. Shit. We had some kittens that we were raising in the house because they were too little to go outside. And we put them outside the other day and haven't seen them since, and they just randomly came back. So I was pretty happy to see them again. Not entirely sure why there is a roll of electric tape in here. Not sure I want to know why. But let's get to marking some stuff, and looks like somebody attempted to change it, that's why. And oh, it is leaking from there. Look at that shit. If I can get that out, I think we got our oil leak fixed. And the cool thing about this little bastard, we only paid $100 for it. And it runs, drives, stops. It needs a part that they already gave us. I'm gonna see if I can't fit this in here without taking that distributor out. Need to grab my hook, and I think if I can pop the back off for it, I should be able to get it out. I don't remember why I got this, but I got this little automotive pick. I'm gonna try this first just because it looks odd enough to work. I don't know what I got it for. Ow. I don't want to pull this distributor if I ain't got it. And if I can get away with just rigging this through here like this, you bet your ass I'm going to do it. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it though. That part sucks. I'm going to keep trying here. Hey little kitty. Oh, you got a bad nose. There you go. Is that better? right. What the? I'd say the sensor was bad. I don't think that's supposed to come off with it. This part, the silver part's still in there. I don't think that sensor's any good. And it's definitely full of oil, so that's definitely where the oil leak is coming from. I can guarantee it. I'll get all that shit over here before I try digging in there. Am I gonna be able to get this in there? Let's just hope. Oh man, this would be so cool if I can do this without taking the distributor out. Getting the other one in might not be as easy, but this will save me some time. I'm definitely doing it. Ah, we need just a little extension. Cross our fingers. It's hard to work when you can't see. Oh boys, I think we got it. Look at that. We got it out without pulling that distributor out. That's awesome. Where'd my pliers go? Hey little kitty, what are you doing? Little kitty. Yeah, I'd definitely say that sensor was bad. It looks kind of new though. I think, yeah, it has been replaced. It's identical. I'm gonna say somebody did a really shitty job at putting it in, or maybe it is good and I'm just crazy. Or that's supposed to slide off to help. I have no idea. If you haven't noticed, a lot of this newer stuff isn't really anything that I piss around with. I don't know what is on the inside of there. I really, dang it, really prefer the old stuff. I mean, for a lot of reasons. When you think about it, if you got an older truck, is it really necessary to pull the distributor for something some asshole mechanic decided to put in behind it? I mean, oh, little kitty. Little kitty. You purring? The manufacturers are the problem with this. There's no need for all this compact crap. You want to save money on gas, ride a bike. Well, let's see if we can get it back in. I'm gonna just turn this forever job into a real quick one, being able to do that. I got it started. Just gotta tighten her up. And boom. That's awesome. Really only supposed to be one wire to that? Huh. Whatever. I guess this part is known to go out quite a bit on these Blazers. Who would have thunk? What the hell is this for? There. Yeah, it didn't work. It's gonna be a very slow tightening process. All in all, this thing is not in bad shape. Honestly, I'm just not a fan of new stuff. I like my carbureted stuff. I like being able to work on it. I mean, obviously I can work on this stuff, but that doesn't mean this stuff is a hassle 99% of the time. Because of all this crap and stupid sensors, because of emissions. It's like people with smart cars think they're saving the air. Do they, not smart cars, I'm sorry, electric cars. Do they realize how much fuel and pollution is made to make that battery that's only going to last 6, 7 years? They're not making up a fraction of what it costs and what it pollutes to make the car. That's just my opinion though. Get off. Oh, dropped it. Plug it in, plug it in. Clean that clip off or the plug-in off a little bit before I put that in there. Where do I got paper towel? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna check the oil quick and see how much is in there. Yeah, okay, so you're supposed to remove the distributor to do it. I managed to get it in and out without having to do any of that. So however you guys decide to do it, that's entirely up to you. If you want to put it at top dead center, take the cap off, watch where the rotor is, mark the plug wires, whatever. I got in there with the ratchet, a socket for it, and just a tiny extension. It's currently underneath the front of the truck. I can't really get it right now. But we're going to see what we got for oil in there. And I think I'm going to change it. I'll probably just change it real quick. I know I got the oil here somewhere for it, so it ain't going to hurt it. And then I got some mystery oil. That's something, I forgot what it is, to put in there. Maybe make sure the motor's cleaned up a little bit. So I'm going to throw this away, jack it up real quick, and I'll be right back. Now it says to use 520, 530. Got some 1540 we're gonna put in it. Just because I don't know how long they ran it without oil. So I want everything to get lubed up nice and good. And can't forget to put the Lucas, that's what it was called. The Lucas oil stabilizer, heavy duty. I'm gonna put some of this in there. Just in case. Reduce the friction. I usually just put the whole thing in there, but extends oil life at least 50% longer. I don't know about that. Blends with automotive lubricants, ATF, mineral oil, synthetic oil. 1 quart of stabilizer, 4 quarts of oil. Oh, so I only need... So I only need 1 quart of this in there. Oh, this is a quart. So I'm going to put the whole thing in there. With 4 quarts of motor oil. I don't even know how much motor oil this is supposed to take. Tells me to see motor owner's manual. We're going to go by what the dipstick tells us. Because there's not really anything on it yet. How low did they run this thing on? They must have ran it like completely out of oil. My goodness. Even if it lasts through winter, it's worth $100. I'd say it's still worth $100. Put a little bit more of this in there and then add the Lucas. It's kind of thick, so it might just take a, it's probably going to take a while for it to read on the dipstick. But that's okay. Pull easy tab my ass. Jesus. Now this stuff is goopy. It's like syrup. Definitely free up any issues in there. Well, okay, it's thicker than syrup. It's like molasses. How's that? Oh, we got some on here. That should be about 4 quarts because that jug is 5. Yep, we should be at about 4 quarts. We're just under the add line. So that should be about 4 quarts. Now, we're gonna add the Lucas. And this stuff I do recommend this stuff with. Whether it's the stuff for your transmission, oil, this stuff does wonders. I was going to do an oil change, but there was no oil in it. So I hope that makes sense. Actually, I know it doesn't make sense, but it'll be okay. Because if this helps it at all, and this fixes the oil leak, then I'll actually worry about it. These are good to keep, clean them out, put fuel in. Good, dip it right in that carburetor. It's got a nice little squeeze top. Those will hook the battery back up. I think I could just go get the right wrench, huh? That'd be way too easy. It's only 12 feet away. Okay, I'm gonna go get the right wrench. This pliers sucks. Be right back. Lex needs me in the house. Alright, battery's hooked up. Says it needs some brake fluid. Now before I had no oil pressure, but looking at it now I'm assuming that's because there was no oil. So I'm going to start it, let it run for a little bit, and see if we still got an oil drip. Well, there we go. That concludes the video for today. Lost my little extension that I know fell on the ground, but this is the Blazer, and we're overheating, which doesn't make any sense. So now I'm gonna have to figure that out, and I hope that's not a blown head gasket problem. I'm gonna hopefully say it's a thermostat or possibly water pump. That'll be a next video because I did not notice that before. But it's clean. It's a nice little $100 beater. But that's the video for today. I'll post this one up tonight, and then I'll start on the next video for everybody, given if I got the time. But y'all have a good one.